where the keys at. We're back in the house again this week. We're joined by a special guest who you're going to get to know in a minute. My name's Eli Chure. To my left,
you got, standard Ashwell still here.
This is your turn.
The guest, Ola Anderson. Yeah, I feel blessed to be here. Thank you.
Mr. Anderson.
Expected me.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And your boy Tezza T,
Yeah, it's good to have you on. I know, obviously, you must watch the podcast.
Yeah, I seen a few episodes.
Yeah. And obviously, I see you at work and we talk a lot.
Yeah.
And we caught up the other day and you just said something that made me think, do you know what? You got a point. We need to talk about this on the podcast. And I might be misquoting you, but it was like, does hard work really pay off?
That was the question, definitely. And it's still, let's go there, I guess.
And that struck me because that's something I think about. We kind of have conversations certainly about it, but I think about that all the time. I don't know if it's the midlife reflection. I won't call it a crisis.
I hear that. I think definitely in terms of where we're at, I'm obviously a little bit older than you guys, but when I was younger, it's about the grind, the working hard. But now I'm a bit older, it's about actually life-work balance. I don't know if you kind of feel
trying to have that, innit? Yeah.
Yeah. Have a little
Shit's
balance
hard.
there,
We were taught that. My parents probably told me that too, but school was definitely like, you need to work hard. You need to get that mentality where you're willing to do what the next person
They lied, man.
You think?
They lied, man. I lied. I hear it.
Of course,
Like,
they need soldiers.
yeah, they need soldiers. I think that probably worked back then
Yeah.
because you had to build a foundation. I feel like, and I thought work ethic was always the thing, but I think they sold you a dream, man. I think they sold people who come to this country a dream because they didn't have anything and they came over like within immigration and stuff like, yeah, work hard. This is, a bit like the American dream type thing.
Yeah.
And I think my granddad and that worked really, really hard to do stuff. But I think probably later in life, don't get me wrong, I think working hard is good to have that mentality that you work and you strive for what you get. But I also feel like some people don't even work hard, man, and they're flossing.
You should put you on the grind. You still feel like that, kind of.
Yeah. I feel like I've not even reached the point where I feel like I still work to survive.
Yeah.
I'm putting sometimes 80-hour weeks.
80 hours.
Sometimes 80-hour weeks sometimes.
I ain't never done 80 hours in my life.
That's what it's standard. That's standard, brother.
It's standard for
Standard. When you're doing them extra hours to get those extra little things so you can afford certain things, do certain things.
and go away on holidays.
To live.
Yeah.
Because if I just probably just box standard hours, I don't think I'd be able to survive.
Nah.
Yeah. But what made
They
you
got the
what
system.
made you start talking about that? Was it that
Yeah,
perspective?
it was. I work at Suffolk New College. I work as a lecturer there, like yourself, Eli. So what do we do? Like 7 hours a week, kind of thing.
You work full time, yeah.
Peanut hours.
We earn above the UK annual salary.
Do we?
Average, yeah. But as time has gone on, it's that kind of, I've got enough to pay bills and stuff, but to really live and enjoy life, I got a second job working in a care home.
Yeah.
So I do that like 0 contract hours, some weekends and stuff, which does make a difference. And I was working one shift. Again, I've got 0 contract hours, and the guys that are full-time there, they were looking at me to do certain things. And I just thought, why? I should be looking to you as my 0 contract hours and stuff. And they get by. And I just felt like, I do commit to the jobs that I do, like at college and in the care home. But then it made me think, working hard, does it really pay off? Because it's a bit like, I don't know, like college, we work in FE.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of culture, more for less. The more you do, the more they expect of you,
Yeah, that's very true.
I've been in management at West Suffolk for like 4 years. Didn't want the job, but I took it anyway. I did well in my first year, second year, and the rewards were more responsibilities. And I was thinking, well, I'm already struggling in terms of, what I'm expected to do. And then I've got more to add to my provision. So that made me think, I remember seeing you, I'm going to apply at Suffolk News, just go back to teaching.
Yeah.
And here we are. So,
Yeah.
Part of the problem is that we maybe chose careers that
You care too much.
Yeah.
Like you care too much. Like, I see you at work. You care too much. And to them, we look like marks. Well, they're like, yep, He cared too much.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing. And the thing is though, like working hard is a good thing, but also when you work so hard, people expect that all the time. Yeah. And because you work so hard, they think, right, he could do that. He's Superman or he's whatever. And they go, let me give him this as well. Let me give him this responsibility as well. Yeah. But cool, I'll take the responsibility, but pay me. And they don't want to pay you for that. I've seen that so many times, like working in education, man. You don't get the rewards at all. Like, you know, I was in education for 13, 14 years. And to be fair, Ola got me into education, man. Yeah. That's how crazy it is. Ola was the first person to get me into education. I remember he's doing Prince's Trust and that. And they were looking for like people to help out and mentors and stuff like that. People who sort of been through that sort of path. Yeah. And he got me doing like a 6 weeks course with him.
Okay. So why did you want to work with young people?
I think as T's mentioned, kind of, when you've got a certain experience, you can pass that on. Obviously, teaching, you need qualifications, teaching qualification. But I think if you've got that experience to go through what the young people have gone through, that empathy, that's the added value. And that's essentially priceless. And that's why, 100%. 23 years on, I'm still here. It's so rewarding. It animates me, gives me purpose. And I've still got that same drive and energy that I had, when I first started. Like
I think that's problematic for me. Yeah, I'm the same as you. But all of us, we went to youth work, we had idols and people we looked up to there, innit?
Yeah.
You could probably work harder and do something that you really, really enjoy and earn the bread.
Yeah.
But yet you're still doing what you're doing now because, well, I don't know why.
You still got love for the game? I presume
nah, man, you ain't got love for the game no more.
What game are we talking about here?
The game of work, and working with young people and teaching.
It's strange, yeah. I when I came,
don't lie, Craig. Don't lie, Craig.
No, I'm about to say the truth.
You ain't got to lie.
As a teacher, and I saw myself as different. I was young. The game's tainted me, so I don't really love the game anymore.
But don't you feel that the game's changed? Because that's why I came out of education. The game changed. Like when I was working at YMCA, rather than just building characters, we were educating them as well and doing that. But the balance was so good. Like I had the free run to kind of run the curriculum myself, design the curriculum, that kind of thing, within reason. And it was rewarding because we were building relationships with these young people first. And that was for me, that was the priority. Build a relationship. Relationship's good with that young person. They're going to engage. Yeah. And all of a sudden, it becomes regimental. Then kids then start rebelling. Actually, getting them out. Let's homeschool them. Let's just give them a laptop and make them work from home. All we got to do is give them 25 hours of education. Here's a laptop. Let them come in for 1 hour to do PE. Send them home again. Yeah. And that was my number. When I'm sitting in the meetings and they're saying to me, I don't care if so-and-so's being abused. I don't care if so-and-so's whatever. We're here to teach. They're here to learn. We ain't social workers. We ain't carers. We're youth workers. And I'm like, rah, this is not what I signed up for. And the lady came in and I said, I'm leaving, man. And she sat down and said, I don't want you to leave. What are you going to stay? And she told me to write down what money I wanted to stay.
Really?
She pushed me a paper and said, write down what figure I want you to stay. I looked at her, I said, boy, I don't know. And in my head I was thinking, chee-chee. I ain't gonna lie. And I said, it's not about the money. And she put 10K more than what I was already on the tin. Yeah. Is this enough? This is not about the money. Right. And I went up to about 15K or something, or 12K or something like that. I stayed in it fully.
Say, I'm going to see you.
Money talks always.
But I stayed, I thought, this is all right, But because she was trying to, she sold me the dream with the money, and then she said, nah, but we'll be like this, we'll be like this. And about a month later, I'd quit. Didn't go back.
But then I don't think hard work always has. Like, you work harder than anyone, literally anyone I know.
8 hours a
Timo
week.
does 8 hours a week now. Ashwell probably been doing 8 hours a week his whole life.
Ashwell been doing that since he landed off the boat.
I come from Jamaica, brother.
Ashwell, right? I remember when I can't even remember, it wasn't even that long ago, maybe 15 years ago, and you were doing containers. Do you remember that? And Ashwell was telling me he was emptying his containers and then sleeping at the place, waiting for another container to come and empty the containers when everyone's gone home.
It's working with Croft, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I just thought, Ashwell just works.
Listen, you gotta make money, bruv. You gotta make money, innit? So now I got no excuse. Yeah, of course. My job, I like my job. I like what I do.
Paid off for you, like your job.
Has it paid off?
Have you moved up?
Have I moved up?
You have moved up because you're the office guy now.
Yeah, no, I'm in the office and I hate office work. I don't know why I don't know why anyone like it. I fucking hate it.
But does that contribute to your life-work balance though? Because that's what it sounds
Contribute to a certain extent, but when you got bills, man, you got mortgage, and I like to travel, so because I like to travel, I'm busting. I do as much hours. If they got hours going, I'm coming. I'm taking it. Do you know what I mean? And it's hourly. I don't want to ever hear no one say salary to me again. So hourly is like, all right, cool. I'm gonna I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll do that. I grab as many shifts because I calculate how much that's gonna work out every single month. So you know the ones where you calculate, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Extra overtime works like this.
You know what I mean? I make this much amount. I said, boy, that's trip there. That's a trip there. That's how I calculate the numbers. So that's how I always look at my work. You know what I mean? But I enjoy my work. I wouldn't say I love it, but I enjoy my work. It's because I feel like I'm still giving back, but at the same time, you know what I mean, the people I work with is good. So that's all that's what I like about it. But
they say, don't they, if you find a job or career that you like, that's half the job.
Yeah. But then how long does that last for though?
I don't know. I'm at a crossroads.
That's the thing. That's the problem. That's where we at, innit? So it's like, because you just think, right, I'm working too hard to be broke every month. Do you know what I mean? That's how you feel, innit? You feel like I'm busting my ass too much to understand that most of my money that's coming in is going out. So every time you get paid, most of your money is going out. It doesn't make no sense. The maths doesn't add up to me.
No, it doesn't.
You know what I mean? Like you think,
but that's what I'm saying. So for me, I feel like the hard work, I think hard work in this country doesn't benefit you.
Because you got to think, like, remember we was talking about like 20 years ago, like house prices to what you was earning was only half. Now you're looking at what, 10 times the amount or something? Some of the numbers is insane.
Crazy.
Yeah, 10 times the amount,
Yeah, 10 times the amount of what you're earning now is what your house is worth compared to 20 years ago. We talk 20 years ain't a long time ago, you know what I mean?
It's not.
To half.
I remember in the 90s, my family home was 40 grand.
Yeah.
And that's a standard semi-free bed.
That's what I'm saying.
And, our parents, I don't know what they were earning, but it weren't 10 times. Weren't 10 times that. You know what I mean? So
my granddad bought his house for $1,000 a month.
Yeah, my first house was 32,000.
What?
My second 150.
Shoot, I'll take 150s right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You someone say give you a house for 150, you take that right now, brother.
You know the work question of am I working too hard? Do you think that comes from your age? Because in terms of life, and our kind of working age and our retirement age, it gets to a point where you kind of think, wow, working hard hasn't got me to that point yet, and the hill's just there. Do I just slow down because I'm not going to get any further? Do you feel like that's why you're thinking that way?
I think for me, my ambition was to become a fireman.
Really?
Didn't get the grades. I'm scared of heights. It's never going to happen. Real talk. So then it was like, okay,
heights.
do it yourself, career planning. What can I see myself doing? And I say to students that don't know what they want to do, ask yourself these questions. Can you see yourself working outside, working indoors, working with people, working on your own? I don't like the cold. So that's not going to run working outside.
Yeah.
Look at these hands, man. I'm not a grafter. So I know that. So, kind of early years of work where like retail, food and beverage, and just getting different skills from different jobs.
Yeah.
Working at Novotel, I say to my students, that was really valuable because there's so many job opportunities. I started as a conference porter, then worked in the bar, restaurant. And after that, I wanted to learn some admin skills. So I ended up working night shifts and then on reception.
I remember you was there.
Yeah. And then, I got an office job because I just thought, 9 till 5. Decent wage.
Everyone goes clubbing, innit? It was like convenient weather, go to 5
for the weekend. Yeah. And then it wasn't until I got sacked from an energy company that made me think that actually I keep having these jobs. I need something with more value, something that I can attach myself to. And then, youth work, and then YMCA.
So, question for all of you: in an ideal world, you can think about this. What job would you do?
Oh, that's a question.
What job would I do? Just like a normal 9 to 5 job, or just anything in the world? Well, that'd be so stupid. I wouldn't be like a baller now or something.
That would have been my thing. As well.
Footballer.
Of course, 100%.
Okay.
That's what we wanted to be, didn't we? So
Yeah.
it wasn't not. It was nothing. It was
I
something.
think
that we
I
wanted
think
to
I'd
be.
do. I don't think I'd be a baller though if I could pick any sport. I think I'd be a professional boxer.
Really?
Yeah.
I can see you as a boxer.
I
I
could
can
too.
just be a baller. I would like to be. I would.
Baller's
love
good,
to
but I
be a
think I'd like
baller.
to be a professional boxer. I think.
I think for me, when I was playing basketball, I had trials at London Towers and Crystal Palace. I wanted to be a professional basketball player.
Yeah. So
But yeah,
most of us is gonna be sports, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
I
You
always wanted
wanted
to
to
be
be.
actor when I was a kid,
You
though.
wanted to be basketball
I want
player.
to be an
too.
actor, man. I want to be a movie.
I wonder
man.
what successful, like rich people who are regular would say if you asked them that. I bet none of them would say football, basketball.
no.
Like they had realistic dreams of being successful, whereas I wanted to be Michael Jordan.
Or
You
they
know
had,
what I mean?
Yeah, of
or they had
course.
generational.
And then
wealth.
before we
That too.
looked
Generational wealth, bro.
we didn't have any other kind of real solid ideas.
I don't think any of the rich people out there had any dreams or aspirations of being anything because I think it was handed to them on the plate.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think those people who are rich.
Definitely some
Some
of them.
people, yeah.
Yeah, but there might have been a few who probably came from nothing, but there's far few. I think I read something the other day. Percentage of people who came from nothing to make the millions, the percentage is absolutely minute. It's like
Right,
2% or something stupid. Like it's
so-
so low. Like it's normally they've came from rich families. Dads have been doctors, lawyers, and they've been pushed into that. They've always had something there. Even some of the top football players, yeah, some of the best football players in the world. All of them have come from really good. None football players have come from the ghetto, really. I guess the ones that came from nothing and and made that football. I reckon. I think I don't know what percentage it is now, but for them to kind of be successful after that and really elevate is very minute because from where they've come from.
What I would say is that they've got that step up, but it still requires something from them. Do you know what I mean? Like all their brothers and sisters ain't make it for some reason. They did.
But the groundwork's already there.
But they definitely got the step up.
100%.
But they probably had the urgency that we have with nothing.
Yeah.
With something, and then PL made it, whereas we're still scraping. You know.
They still had to put the work in, didn't they?
Yeah. You can put something in.
Something.
Put something in.
You also see lots of billionaires and whatnot with kids that just flopped. You know what I mean?
But they still got money. money. Mum and daddy will bail them out.
Son,
Or Jordan King.
Yeah.
you get to a middle. I do think I'm at a midlife decision. You get to the middle of your life because we're past midlife now. You know.
Yep.
42, 84. You'd be lucky if you get there.
And then some.
Yeah.
So you get to that point and you start to think, I can't. It's too late to start again. I know you started again, and you are an example of that. But it does feel like it's too late to start again, past this age.
Depends what you want, man. I don't think it is.
Only thing I could do is lie. I think I could lie and say I'm 28 and like, go to places and they believe.
Yeah,
me.
you could say that.
Do you know what I mean? But then they see the paperwork.
I think it depends on what you want to do. And I think if you're looking at a career and you want to do something you enjoy, it's so easy to do. I don't think it takes long. It doesn't take that long. But I think what you're thinking is, I think the mindset you got to get away from is, it took me this long to get to where I'm going to, now I'm going to go and do it again. It's going to take another 40-something years. That doesn't work like that for me.
You're right, actually.
Yeah, and I think that's the mindset for me. It's like I know I've got to this point, but I always had in my head, 55, I'm going to retire. So even if in my head I was thinking, even if I've got to do 10 years of this, of what I'm going to do, whether I'm working abroad, whatever I'm going to do, that's me. And I've set my sights on retiring at 55, and I will retire at 55.
Yes.
And nothing's going to
That's a
stop.
good point.
And
you
nothing's
raised.
going to stop me. Do you know what I mean? And I'm hoping it'll be before that.
Yeah. My question is, when you get to 55, you achieve that.
Yeah.
What will be the plan after that?
So my plan will be.
Old man in the club.
So my plan will be I
T-word.
won't be living in this country.
Hey, the truth.
I'm not there yet, but retirement is not that far away when I get the binoculars out. But I feel, and looking at certain people in that situation, you need to have things to do. You got to have something to get out of bed for.
Exactly
Because
that.
that's can play
My chickens, my goats,
impact on you,
my
your
vegetation.
well-being.
That's what I'm saying, man. Meditation, man. Meditation. Going out, I'll go out and go fishing, man. Catch my own fish. Go out and plant my herbs and harvest. Do you know what I mean? And
What's
feed my
gonna happen?
animals.
Yeah. So we've got hobbies that you might have done with your parents, like fishing, looking after, tending to your herd and whatnot. But the next 2 generations down, or to my kids even, the next generation, when they retire, they're going to look forward to, I'm going to be able to go on my VR and my PlayStation. They are. That's what they're going to look forward to doing. And they're just going to die in their houses. Speaking of which, this leads me nicely on to something that happened this week. Okay. You see the new iPhone 17 got released?
Yep.
No.
No?
I ain't watched it yet.
iPhone 17.
I see the AirPods, what can change speak language. You see that?
Yeah, the headphones.
Yeah, I see them. But I didn't see the iPhone 17.
I said to myself, I ain't interested in that shit no more. They get me every time.
Yep.
But
you in again.
I watched it and I thought, I ain't interested in that. I woke up, what was the first thought in my head? How can I get this iPhone? I went on the website, secretly I'm next to Leanne in the bed, going, doo-doo-doo-doo. Like, I'm looking and I said, how much can I trade this in for and get it? And I started to justify getting that phone. Because it's got, the new one's super thin, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's got a new camera. It's got
battery life
front
is
camera
dead,
sick. I don't know. I don't care. I got a charger. Everyone yeah. But it's mad how that cycle they get you. Even if they don't get you this year, they're gonna get you. You're gonna get one 2 years time.
Looks sick though.
Looks sick.
Yeah.
But you were saying what phone are you lot on now? I'm on a 15.
I'm on a 16.
Where I'm on. What am I on? I don't even know. You know.
This is 12.
You're on 15.
I'm on 15.
12.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
Oh no, let me see it again. You're on a 16.
Okay.
You're on a 12. So you don't buy into none of that.
No. I feel content with what I've got. It plays its purpose. Happy with that.
I'm not gonna lie. I was with you, and my phone is dead on me.
Well, yeah, when that happens, then
I have no choice. I didn't want to get upgrade. I was happy with my phone. My phone done the job.
But yeah, none of these contracts with me, I guess. But I've had iPhones for life now.
Yeah.
Same.
It's all about iPhone.
Never switching to Android.
No.
Android have got some good phones, you know.
I don't care.
Samsung 25, right?
Yeah,
That's good.
bad, but on me.
I'm staying where I'm at.
I'm good where I'm at.
Get me.
I always think I'm going to get... Remember I went to Android years ago?
Me
about
too.
10 years ago.
Me too. We came back real
Back.
quick. Real quick. But nah. Fuck
Things
this
like
shit.
apps, there's little things you don't think about. When things come out, like the app for my car, for example, there's some big update a little while ago. And then I was watching the reviews of the update, and then people in the comments were like, when's the Samsung version? When's the Android version coming? Because they don't care about Android. They do them updates all late, don't they? I was going to go to say, though, things like this and updates are what keep me working in my job, ultimately, because I feel like I've got to get the new car, the new phone. I don't need it. When you get a new phone, you don't do anything new with it, do you?
It's like the same.
When you get the new AirPods, I ain't going to use that language thing, am I?
We see these things like, you know, how many times you've seen these advertisement, like car advertisement, you're like, damn, that car looks sick.
Yeah.
It makes you want that car. And then you see the price, you're like, Bumbo.
Yeah.
Out my range, my brother.
Yeah.
I must try and look for something else. But it makes you want a new car.
It does.
And then if like your friend get a new car, you think, right, your car look crispy, you know? Like, boy, I need an upgrade, you know. I need to get an upgrade. But it's those things, isn't it?
Yeah.
I actually think it was T-Roy that made me get my car. I know it was, because when you had the Merc
Yeah.
See?
and then the BMW and I sat in it. Do you remember when I sat in it outside just Ashwell's house?
No, I licked up with it.
And I was like,
No, you came with the BM and I drove, didn't I? And you go, wow, I never had a car with this much power.
Yeah. I said, I can't do this, man. Because I'm looking at myself and thinking, well, when am I going to... It's always like, I've got to wait another year for this. You get to a certain age, you think, why am I still waiting? I'm just going to get it.
Yeah.
And we're told to tell ourselves that we deserve everything, and we don't really deserve anything.
No, we don't.
That they're selling us. We deserve the things that we really desire. And for you said that's traveling.
My grandma used to say,
definitely traveling.
yeah, my grandma used to say one thing to me. She said, take what you get till you get what you want.
Yeah, man. That's
Yeah, so you just take what you can afford
Mm-hmm.
until you can afford what you want.
Yeah,
I
I think when I was younger, it was very much like buy now, pay later, credit cards, getting self in debt. But with work now, one of the units is personal budgeting. Why don't they teach us budgeting at school? They teach you like,
Yeah, we said about this, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think the
Why is
school
that?
system needs to change, but they don't want to teach us new
Nah,
things. They
need
want to
teach
keep
how
you
to manage your
programmed.
money.
You're programmed the same way to finish school, get a house, buy a house,
Get a job.
get a job, get a wife, have kids, and
Get
that's
a wife?
it.
Happy life?
And get a wife, get a kids, and that's it. That's your life there. You pay for a property for what, 30 years?
in the system.
And you're
the
in that
rest.
system. You're stuck in that system for then. And then you die anyway. When you're dead, they still tax. They take it off you anyway.
Inheritance, yeah.
So you got your kids have to pay inheritance tax for a house you've already paid for.
Yeah.
You know, so you just
So if you
it's a
could
system.
redesign education in Ash, what would be the core subjects?
Core subject.
If you could redesign high school education,
Life
at the
skills.
moment, core subjects are science, English, maths,
Yes.
maybe
Yeah,
geography, history.
Life skills. Where is the world going to? So we gotta look at what's trending. Where's the world moving towards? We see AI is something that is moving forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we not teaching them stuff about AI around that? How to?
What's that lesson called?
I don't know what that lesson look like, Eli. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. I don't know what it looks like.
Current affairs or something like that.
Do you know what I mean? So, but there's more than one. There's more than, because I think kids nowadays, whatever 90% of the things you only need. Most of the time, people need English and maths for doing most of the stuff you use now. Anyway, what we use now is English and maths. You want to know how much money you're getting paid,
Yeah.
and you need to know
Yeah.
to understand when someone give you a contract how to read these things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So most of the time, it's English and maths you need. The rest of it, you don't use it. How many times you use geography
All the time.
All the time.
in your school? But how many times you use it?
All the time.
I think you picked the wrong one. I understand your point. Geography I use a lot.
But we may use it. But how many people you ask them where is this, and they ain't got a clue where it is, and you think they've done this.
All right, here's an easier question for anyone. What lessons would you remove from high school education?
RE, if it's still a thing.
Are we still a thing?
Religious education. Would you remove RE?
I'd remove history.
What history?
History that they teach in school.
So you would
History in general, and completely remove history, or
I'd
just
remove
what?
history from school.
Not tweaking it, just remove it.
not tweaking it.
Yeah, because I think it's going to be problematic whichever way you come at it. And I think nowadays people can learn history in lots of different ways that they choose to. And that's probably just as useful as the perspective of the curriculum teaching them their way of history as well. So I'd get rid of it.
But then you're not. All right, history, because if they've not been shown history or taught history, they might not even understand what they need to even learn about in history. So if they have it in school, that might intrigue that kid to say, okay, I need to find out more about history. Do you know what I mean? That intrigue them more to go and look into stuff, because they can use that as a segue to go and look at stuff on the internet and go, okay, I need to find out for real what happened. Because you might be telling me some shit.
So you're saying...
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's just a waste of time, isn't it? Like, you've got a finite amount of time in education.
But
What,
history is
40 weeks a
history,
year,
man.
yeah?
You can't
History's
get rid
not
of
history, and that's the problem.
Yeah, in a text is not history,
Yeah.
but like I said, you can
hard.
use it as a segue. It is a hard one.
It's
really
never going to
believe-
be science, maths,
Yeah,
English. That shit is right or wrong.
The question would be, what have been your takeaways from history from school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
World War II.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying, but it's that still had me intrigued to find out more.
Really?
Do you know what I mean? That made me want to go and look into more compared to what they tell us. So what they tell us, I'm like, I need to look into this more. That's why, you know what I mean? That's why we always talk about stuff that we've watched or we've seen, and we go, oh, you should watch this. And we speak about all these things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I said geography before I took a history.
Geography was more like, I remember it was
But I
about
traveled the
rocks
world to
and
find
stuff.
out my geography. You know?
Corrosion and
Yeah, I'm with
Yeah.
you. I'm with you over history.
I'll take geography out before history.
Take out like the stagtites and the stalagmites and all
Stalagmites,
that.
Yeah.
And maybe like just understanding like location, like geo location and weather and all that kind of stuff would be interesting.
I mean, they should add more sports as well.
More sports.
Not just this standard English sports. Because you don't know what you're good at. Kids don't know what they're good at until they actually try it.
Yeah.
So if you have a range of sports, this kid might be able to excel in that sport. You just don't know what they're good
America
at.
have the most sports in their curriculum,
Yeah, they do.
but they've also got
crazy
one of the worst education in the Western world.
Yeah, that's that. it's a hard one, isn't it? You see, you need to sit down with the educators and go, all right, what do we think is essential to kids?
Well,
Or
Ola's
what?
an educator.
Yeah, okay, you two are educators.
What's essential, Ola?
and
what's
what?
essential.
Yeah.
Today, I introduced my new mechanics students to this character strength project, which is about being aware that actually you might not be academic, but if you tap into certain character strengths like confidence, like ambition, like self-control, like respect, you can live a successful life, not just at college, but at work, in your home life.
Yeah.
My kind of, I tag on to that. I feel like one of my character strengths is patience, and then to add to that, ambition, respect, self-control, all these things. I mean, you can have all the qualifications in the world, but is that going to guarantee you success? I've been in youth work, and I remember one of the seniors was like, I don't know why we didn't get on, but she referred to, well, how many qualifications in youth work have you got? And I was just like, really?
Yeah.
She didn't last very long. I think that's a classic example. You know, if you've got passion, if you've got ambition, if you've got resilience, which a lot of people, particularly young people, don't have, you know, to take the knockbacks, do you know what I mean? To learn.
Wicked school lesson.
To learn when
Resilience.
you've made a mistake. What can you learn from it? A wise man said to me, you have good days and you have learning days. What do you learn from those days of adversity? You know?
Yeah. All right. Here's the lessons I would put into school. I've just been thinking about this.
Okay.
I talked about taking out. I would put food and some sort of food culinary stuff throughout school. Not an option like what we had. You have to do it from start of high school to the end. That's the same for all of these, I'd put some sort of construction qualification for 5 years. So maybe you learn basic electrician skills, basic plumbing skills, basic carpentry, basic kind of brickwork skills for 5 years. Girls and boys, basic finance and stock market skills. Not maths, that's different. Like maths and addition and all that. This is actually learning the market and trends and what companies do and what materials are worth what. Yeah. And I think those core things alongside English and maths, what else is a kid going to need? Or maybe something to do with relationship skills, maybe.
You taking anything out?
I'm taking history out. I'm taking science out. I don't think science is particularly useful in any way unless you want to be a scientist. Yeah. Sometimes, like, I'm just looking at my son's homework and he's doing A-level science now. And he's like, I have to know how many protons are in this and this and then take away this. And I'm thinking, but what are you going to do
with it?
With that?
The only thing of science for me, which I would think will be semi-interesting, will just be maybe like biology in a sense. So like,
but why can't science?
But that has to be so in detail. You know, you in the science, you want to talk about the body, you want to talk about the health, what you put in, what, you know, these kind of things.
Yeah, actually,
that's the kind of stuff.
You're right. You should probably keep that. Yeah,
that's the only
you
one.
Need to know about the body.
That's the only thing, really. But all the chemistry and all that kind of stuff, I don't.
They could treat that like how they treat the arts. You know, the arts that you do that at higher. You don't do it in school necessarily.
Do it higher.
But I think about the body and that kind of thing, like the disease and bodies and what you need to put in your body and that kind of stuff. Yeah, that makes sense. But
you'd have perfect kids.
But that's more nutrition.
I love those subjects that you just mentioned. Then I think kind of in terms of how that would affect the economy. You got people that can do their own DIY. Yeah. You got people that can cook for themselves. How that would impact the economy.
What do you need?
Things like fast food, restaurants and stuff like that.
Yeah. Competent kids who just have choices.
I agree.
But here's a catch, as parents, we could have done that. We could have been schooling our kids. And I know we tried, but we could have took our kids out of school if we really was on our game from when they were 6 years old and just done those things with them.
But you couldn't in this day and age.
And you know, you're going back to what you're saying about these things they should teach them in school. It's strange because in Jamaica, that's some stuff that you learn anyway outside of school. So you learn how to do electric work. When you go to Jamaica now, you find that you got cousins, family. They've never been to school for electric. They've never been to school for carpentry. They know how to do all of these things. They do these things. Yeah, you do these things as
anywhere
a child.
around the world.
You got a choice. My grandma's building a wall.
Building houses.
We're building a wall as well. We're mixing cement. We're building that wall. Yep. We build my grandma's wall. And the thing, we come over here and don't have those skills because we're not showing them skills. It's kind of like we dumb the kids down around those kind of aspect that you need in life because they put the red tape around it where you need a qualification and you need health and safety and you need someone to sign that off.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas Jamaica doesn't work like that. Like
that's what I'm saying. There's too many laws and regulations and legislations that just hold us back.
Insurance, all that just hold you back.
It's all hold you back, and it's all a money scheme as well, man. All these different insurances and all this kind of stuff. All these kind of things. It's all
Teeth electric, bruv.
Teeth electric. How you do that?
Literally, my cousin just got up there. There's connect some wire
If the cable to the
pole,
bus.
just connected
To
to
your
the
house.
house. And then when they all know when the light man come around, yeah, because they'll do a little whistle. And but light man, everybody goes around the whole neighborhood. See everyone jump up, climb up, get the wire down, wait till the light man come off, gone, and then put it back up, and everyone's got light again, isn't it? So it's just like you do in them places, isn't it? It's just
But that's what I'm saying. But like little
Get
things
to
like
life,
like I was saying about renewable energy, self-sufficiency, man. You have solar panels. You don't even need that problem.
Sustainability.
It's true. Someone like Jamaica, you need solar. If you had solar panels,
That's why if I built a house
sun all the
abroad,
time.
that's the first thing I do.
9% of the time.
Solar panels, boom.
But it's interesting that a lot of the countries with the heat, which are black countries as well, don't have solar power.
Nah. But they don't want that.
If we had the sun
You
like
have to buy
out
electric
here,
then.
you know that we'd all be taking advantage of the solar.
Of course, yeah.
Harnessing all that energy, selling that energy to our countries. But somehow they've got all the sun, but they haven't got the solar. It's crazy.
What's the working behind that?
I think if a country can like T was saying, he's talking about getting his independence by having control of his own energy. Yeah.
Yep.
If a whole continent can have control of their own energy,
You're making the money.
they've got time to put their resources and energy into other stuff and power and money into other stuff. They don't need you no more. In fact, they might start taking over you now because we found a way to use this energy.
Yep.
We don't need the oil,
Capitalist state.
We don't need to sell
Yeah,
you
it's
nothing.
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So,
There are ways to do that.
yeah.
The 1%.
Energy is the thing. Energy and water are the only things. If you can control them, the energy sources and the water, you can control a country.
Yeah.
I know it's
And
strange.
All
you
of
pay
those
for
countries have
water.
got all of that. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But then you go to those countries, you don't need to pay for it.
Nah, it's free.
Stream.
Extreme.
Even like places like Wales.
Yeah.
It's just natural. When I went to Wales and I was like, the guy just said, you just drink the water from that stream. And for me, that was such an alien thing. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, no, that's spring water.
Yeah.
That's
That's
what you got in your bottles.
and that's what I'm saying, bro. That's more natural, more clean than we're going through the rocks and that where it's been purified, all that kind of stuff. And we're drinking this bottled water, which has got pure chemicals in there,
Pure
and all that
chemical
kind of stuff.
plastic, yeah.
You know, plastic and it's like, oh, hold on, like that's what I'm saying. I want to get to that point, man. Like, my mindset is there.
You don't drink tap water, do you?
Not here. Nah, bro. Nah.
Government juice, mate.
Council juice. Get on.
I don't drink that shit.
Yeah, I don't. I bottle water. I'm a water
Tastes like metal.
I'm a water snob, and because it
Me too.
just smells different, man,
Yeah,
and it tastes different. Like, well, from when dogs and cats won't drink it,
Yeah.
you shouldn't drink it because they know their senses are better than ours for like smelling and that, and they look at that shit.
Not really feeling that chlorine.
That tap water. Cats don't touch. I used to have a cat and that would never touch the tap water. You buy bottled spring water and that would drink it. So that tells me all I need to know. Dang.
You just gonna get purifier on your water and all. Just get filter.
They smell the disease.
Dang.
All right, before we go, let me just big up Gorilla Fitness
Yeah, man.
right here.
I ain't beware mine, you know. I'm a bust my next one. Don't watch that.
Yeah, so if you want to come on the podcast and come and see us, bring something with you.
Next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my
Bring
friend.
something with you, man. We'll support wherever.
Learning curve right there.
We gotta support business wherever we
All
can.
right.
Ashwell's phone's ringing. That means we need to go.
Again.
Yeah.
Man's up
Where the
calling.
keys out? We're out. See you next time.
Peace.
Peace.
Where the keys out?